Hey, what's up? It's Tati, and I'm back with another review, this time AEW Dynamite. We started off the night with the International Championship on the line, Orange Cassidy versus Bandito. Now, if you did see this match, I don't know if you will agree with me, but I felt like this match was lacking energy, especially with Bandito. Now, if somebody wanted to see a match of Bandito, I would not recommend this because I felt like this doesn't show who he is. If anything, it felt like Bandito had to take it down several notches to play around with Orange Cassidy in the ring. Now, Orange Cassidy, having that, lay back, lazy wrestler type of gimmick, it just seems like we couldn't get the most out of Bandito in this match. Was it horrible? No, it was not horrible. It actually was not bad, but I don't feel like this match really showed the best of Bandito. Now, Bandito's been gone for quite some time since he's been having some visa issues, but as soon as that got taken care of, he's back. So we will be seeing more of him in the future. Now, I really love his look, even though I can't see his face. Like, the mask is like super sexy to me. I think it's so attractive how he looks. Kind of gives Zorro vibes. I really like it. He's a great wrestler. However, I just felt like the whole Orange Cassidy bullshit kind of got in the way here. Now, Orange Cassidy did 2 tope suicidas that look so weak as fuck. It's just like, oh my god. I don't even know if this is part of your whole gimmick thing or you're just not doing as well as you should. Now, one thing I have noticed lately is that AEW definitely picking up on how popular Orange Cassidy is, especially with the little kids, that too. That lately they've been just praising him so much on commentary that it's almost like disgusting. I'm like, oh my god, if you guys say another wonderful thing about Orange Cassidy, I'm just gonna puke. Like, it's just overdone. I understand that he's champion or whatever, but I feel like AEW shows a lot of bias towards baby faces on commentary, and it gets quite annoying. Either way, it was a great way to start off the show. The energy thing did kind of make me turn my face away from the TV for a little bit. But either way, we're going to see more with Bandito. So we do have Orange Cassidy take the win here. After the match, some people probably assumed that Bandito was going to turn heel. That doesn't happen. Orange Cassidy has an extra sunglasses for Bandito to wear. Bandito puts it on, and all is good with Orange and Bandito. Whatever. Right after that match, we have Excalibur on commentary talking about Renee is backstage with someone really special. And I was like, oh shit, who the hell is that? And guess what? It was Adam Cole, baby. And I'm like, wait, what? For whatever reason, AEW is also high on Adam Cole as well. For whatever reason, he just doesn't do it for me. I feel like we have yet to see anything from Adam Cole since he's been with AEW. So that's the reason why I'm kind of like not really feeling him that much. Anyway, he has a message for Chris Jericho. He's going to come out to the ring later. And he wants Chris Jericho to come out. If he don't come out, he's going to find him. And it's going to be on site. And yeah, that's pretty much all he had to say. Nothing special. Then Orange Cassidy and Bandito come out. They ask Renee if she's going to do a interview with them. She says no. And then they leave. Okay, whatever. Then we have Renee backstage with Jungle Boy and Darby Allin. Darby's like, look, bruh, I didn't know you was going to get attacked last week. I didn't know all that was going to happen. If I'd have known, I would have been out there making sure you were good. And now Darby has his match, and he's like, since I would have did that for you, I'm hoping that you can look out for me too. If something would have happened, you could come out and help me or whatnot. And, just have like a few healthy little exchanges with each other or whatnot. So I did see here that they're going to form some type of alliance or whatnot. And later on during the night, that does come apparent. Next, we have Jeff Jarrett versus Dax Harwood. And look, I'm going to say it now. Jeff Jarrett, although he's not my favorite, he's a really great worker. I'm not sure how old he is, but he still does what needs to be done in the ring. And I know he's helping out AEW in the back or whatnot. So I really do appreciate that. However, with that being said, I felt like Dax Harwood at times was I don't know, tired or something. Like he just didn't really perform as well as he normally does, and I felt like that really showed with this match. To be honest, I did not enjoy it. When Jeff Jarrett came out with his friends, the reps came out and said, look, oh, y'all need to get your asses to the back. Jeff's going to be out here by himself. And, I appreciate that because I was like, oh, great, no interference. I like that. But we spoke too soon. We do get interference in this match with Sanjay Dutt coming in and interfering. Him interfering doesn't help Jeff at first, but it ends up being the beginning of the end for Dex Harwood. Now, I didn't really enjoy this match, to be honest. Like I said, I really did feel like we saw really great things from Jeff in this match, but Dax seemed at time to just not be, I don't know if he's not focused or whatever the hell was going on. I wasn't feeling it. Anyway, to our surprise, Jeff Jarrett actually takes the win. Like I said, Sanjay did help, but it did not help him, get the win. It was whatever. I'm not really feeling this whole storyline thing, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get that tag team match in a couple of weeks, or maybe a double or nothing, and I'm pretty sure that will be way better than the match we got tonight, for sure. Next, we had Wardlow come out. I didn't know he was going to have a match. I thought he was just going to come out and talk with Arn Anderson about him being champion and Arn being on his side. But some dude was in the ring. I don't know who he was. I don't even think they even said his name. And it was over in 30 seconds or so after a couple of power bombs. And look, I'm over it because, first of all, Wardlow is a homegrown talent. Y'all need to be really focusing on these homegrown guys. Wardlow, after y'all have already been doing the hot potato thing with the TNT title, Wardlow has a title now, and he has the enforcer Arn Anderson by his side. Y'all need to be doing way better than just these squash matches with people that y'all not even gonna announce as his opponent. Like, who was that guy in the ring? Come on now. He's champion, and he has to show why he's champion. There's no reason why he should be in the ring with somebody that nobody even knows. Like, what the hell is that? That's the very same thing that they were doing with Wardlow as they were building him up to winning the TNT title in the first place. And I feel like this is such a missed opportunity. Why resort back to doing the same bullshit with Wardlow? It just doesn't make sense. So after that match, Arn Anderson is cutting a little promo and basically talking about why he chose to be at Wardlow's side and all that stuff. And then they were interrupted by Christian and Luchasaurus. And Luchasaurus looks like a fucking beast. He looks so good. I know he's been injured, but he must have had some time to change things up about himself. He did leave as a heel. The last match he had was against Jungle Boy in a steel cage match. So he lost that match. He's been gone. Now he's back, and he just looks so intimidating. He looks exactly what he need is exactly what we're seeing right now. However, later on in the night, I just wanted to just bring this up. Powerhouse Hobbs shows some frustration towards QT, and he's telling QT to fix this. So since that happened, I'm almost thinking Powerhouse Hobbs is not out the picture as far as the TNT title goes, and that we'll be seeing him and maybe Luchasaurus in a triple threat match with Wardlow for the TNT title. I'm not entirely sure, or at least we'll see Luchasaurus versus Hobbs, whoever win that will go against Wardlow. So that would be interesting to see. But these are your homegrown talent. There needs to be special focuses on these guys that you guys are supposed to make their names, not these guys who's come from all types of companies before getting to you guys. And it's really, really disappointing to see what they're doing. I don't know what's going on here, but Tony, whoever back there with you, need to show you how to get things done. So next we have an interview with Renee, and she's talking to Sammy Guevara. Then MJF come out, and MJF is looking at him like, Sammy's the love of his life, and I'm just like, damn, I wish somebody can look at me like that. The way he was looking into the eyes of Sammy, and he gives him a kiss in the forehead, then Sammy gives him a kiss in the forehead, and they're talking about how they're working together to make sure that not only does Sammy wins tonight, but MJF ends up winning at Double or Nothing, because Sammy's just going to lay there and let MJF pin him. And they said that they're perfectly okay with it despite everyone else complaining about it. Sammy gives him a vest just like his. Then MJF give him a scarf just like his. And they give each other another kiss. And I'm just like, but what the hell is going on here? MJF is definitely using Sammy. And Sammy definitely just don't notice what's going on. Next, we had Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. Now, these two always have great matches. I don't ever really have any complaints when it comes to these two. Only that sometimes I feel like they're doing the absolute most, and definitely like putting their lives on the line when they get in the ring, which is not always something that they have to do, especially on a Wednesday night. Now, however, they do have a high stake match here, because Darby, if he wins, he goes against MJF for the Triple B, and Sammy, if he wins, well, he just gets to cash that check and lay down in the ring and let MJF pins him. Now, they have a really great match. MJF is on commentary, so it's fun to hear him talk shit on there as well. While they're having a great match, out of the blue, we have Tay Conti, who comes out to help Sammy to distract Darby Allin. And to be honest, in my opinion, it didn't really, it wasn't so effective or whatnot. Right after that, we do have Sammy, who puts a table out, lays Darby Allin on it, and delivers a 630 senton onto that table. So that was a cool spot. Sammy goes into the ring, and he's just waiting for the ref to count to 10. Darby ends up rolling back in the ring by like 8 or 9. And MJF is pissed off about it. Sammy's pissed off about it. MJF goes out there to do something about it. So Tay Conti has distracted the referee. While she's doing that, MJF throws in the skateboard to Darby. Darby is holding it in his hand, and we have Sammy Guevara playing like Eddie Guerrero, acting like he got hit, when really that didn't happen. And the ref turns around and sees that, so he decides to call off the match, and Sammy wins via disqualification. Now, MJF come in and celebrate with Sammy, and they're having a good time in that ring, and they end up attacking Darby Allin. Then Jungle Boy comes in and saves the day. Tony Schiavone is on commentary. He's like, hold on, y'all. I got Tony Khan in my ear. He telling me something. And I'm just like, this is so predictable. It's going to be a tag team match. And guess what? It ends up being that. So Tony Schiavone gets on the microphone after calling MJF a prick, tells them that they're going to have a tag team match next week. MJF and Sammy versus Darby MJF, Sammy versus Darby and Jungle Boy. If Jungle Boy and Darby ends up winning, their match at Double or Nothing will be a fatal 4-way. So I'm pretty sure that's going to end up happening. Now, my complaint with this moment is that it was Tony Schiavone who announced this. So earlier we had Tony Khan announcing the Owen Hart Cup tournament like they did last year and all that. So he was backstage announcing that. Why didn't his ass come out and show some authority and announce this to happen next week, the tag team match, and whoever wins, what the stipulations would be? It should have been him, not Tony Schiavone getting up and saying it. I felt like that took away from the moment a little bit. Like, that moment would have helped make Tony Khan look more like a authoritative figure. That's what they should have done. Unfortunately, they dropped the ball on that. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being a fatal 4-way match. That is better than just seeing one of them go against MJF at the pay-per-view. Great match. However, after the match, I felt like it wasn't all that. Next, we have Adam Cole. He is calling out Chris Jericho. He's telling him to get his ass out, or else he's going to go back there and find him. Chris Jericho comes out on the big screen, and he's talking, and basically just say Jericho Appreciation Society, come out there and whoop Adam Cole's ass once again. They come out and they are attacking Adam Cole. And then who comes out for the save? Orange Cassidy and Bandito. I should have seen this coming. They come out and help Adam Cole. Now, while that helps with the numbers, they're still outnumbered. Regardless, they need one more person to even up everything. And who comes out when music starts playing? Roderick Strong. Now, I was actually surprised about this. I kind of forgot about him anyway. About him requesting for his release at WWE, but I didn't think that anybody was going to debut tonight anyway. Either way, he ends up evening up the numbers, and Jericho Appreciation Society get their ass whipped, and they leave. So next week, we have an 8-man tag, Jericho Appreciation Society versus Adam Cole, Bandito, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. Now, normally, I would not be happy about this because Orange Cassidy is holding the International Championship, but I'm going to let this slide because I actually want to see how this match goes. So, I'm looking forward to that next week. Next, we have the TBS title on the line, Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. If Taya Valkyrie uses the road to Valhalla, she will automatically be disqualified. Now, this match right here, it was okay. Probably maybe the best match that Jade has had. Honestly, I can't really tell because majority of her matches were squash matches, so it didn't really, I don't know, that streak thing that she has going on here isn't the best streak that I've ever seen when it comes to pro wrestling, but as far as recently, this is probably the best match that she's had. We were able to see her, I guess you can say, in a bit of trouble with her opponent, unlike other times that she's in the ring, where her opponents basically have no threat to her. Now, here's the thing. With ROH right now, we have Athena, who is just hitting the nail every single time with everything that she does, with her promos, what she does in the ring, her character, everything is top notch with Athena right now. So everything else that I'm seeing with the ladies on AEW kind of just seems like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't even compare to what's going on with Athena. And I just wish that we were to see that same type of energy with Jade and the other girls that are on AEW. So I don't know, something about this just didn't really stick with me, like how we've been seeing Athena being built up in ROH. Nevertheless, we do get to see much more of Taya in this match, who also has been having pretty much squash matches as well since she's debuted in AEW. Now, we do have twice in this match where Taya was going to use the road to Valhalla. The first time, Aubrey let her know she can't do it or she'll be disqualified, so she just continued on with the match. The second time that happened was actually right where she loses. So she goes ahead to deliver the road to Valhalla to Jade Cargill, and Mark Sterling is yelling out from ringside, no, you can't do that. And then we have Aubrey Edwards, who's right in front of her, telling her that she can't do it. So she let go of Jade, and Aubrey's still talking to her, so she's distracted, and Jade go for a roll-up, and 1, 2, 3 ends up winning. What the fuck is that? Didn't like that ending at all. I felt like they didn't even really think of how can they make Jade lose this. I mean, Jade win this, but make her look like a really good champion at the same time, like with a roll up. Like, come on, that's like the heelish thing to do, and it didn't look good for her. Anyway, Jade is 56-0 now. Taya was really upset. She started attacking everybody, including grabbing on Aubrey Edwards to hit the road to Valhalla on her. But all the other referees that came out ended up saving her. Honestly, I'm over it. I'm not mad that Jade didn't lose because I did want her to lose. I just felt like the ending was just so shitty. Main event time, we had the Butcher and the Blade versus Takeshita and Kenny. Now, if you watch these guys often, then you would definitely be able to point out that Kenny and Takeshita's never been tag partners. So I feel like throughout that match, it did show. You know, Butcher and Blade, they have experience as a tag team. So their experience, I think, showed out more than what Kenny and Takeshita were able to do. And surprisingly, Takeshita did make several mistakes throughout this match where it was really, really noticeable. And even with commentary trying to play it off like it didn't happen, like one point he did go for a crossbody and he completely misses, but Excalibur is still hyping it up like he did a massive crossbody. And I'm like, bro, come on, everybody's watching this. He obviously made a mistake. Now he's human. It's okay. He made a mistake. That's not the issue. It just seems like something was off with him being partners with someone from the Elite. I know those mistakes were definitely accidental, but I was still wondering if some of the things that we were seeing in the match were done on purpose so that we can see that maybe the Elite is not a good fit for Takeshita. I'm not sure if that's where they were going with it. But either way, I think it was a great match. And yes, we had interference, not by the BCC though. We had interference with Kip Sapien ringside along with Penelope. Now, I didn't mind this. Main reason why is because they ain't doing shit with Kip. And it kind of made me feel like maybe we might see Kip versus Kenny Omega really, really soon. So I honestly didn't mind it. And I hope we do get to see that matchup. Now, we do have Takeshita taking the win for his team. But the night wasn't over without some drama from the BCC. So after the match, Bryan Danielson, he's on the mic and he's basically talking about how Kenny's washed up and that Takeshita should join the BCC. There'll be a better fit for him. And Takeshita doesn't really seem to give them an answer. So then the BCC comes up from behind and attacks Kenny. Takeshi's there, but they just kindly removed him from the ring so they can attack Takeshita. And then we have the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sapien just walk out like we're not trying to get involved in this mess, and they're out of there. And then Brian is like, we're going to start something that we didn't get a chance to finish. So he took the screwdriver, gives it to Moxley, and Moxley is going to attack Kenny Omega with the screwdriver. Then the Elite music comes out. Claudio goes out there to the ramp to attack them, but he got super kicked by the Elite. And then Wheeler Yuta as well when he came out. And then John Moxley is in the ring having a little bit of exchange with Kenny Omega. And then another super kick from the Elite onto John Moxley. And now I'm getting worried. I'm like, damn, now they have the upper hand. And also, they have the screwdriver in hand. And that's when Bryan Danielson gets Takeshita and say, yo, Takeshita, they're going to attack John Moxley with that screwdriver. Do you want that to happen? So they wanted him to play mediator and be like, hey, man, we don't need to resort into this type of violence. So Takeshita is trying to break them up so that they don't have to do all this. And, you know, he's pleading with them to not do anything. And Kenny's like pushing him, trying to get him out the way or whatnot. But then Wheeler Yuta and Claudio grabs both the Bucks out the ring. So now Moxley goes and delivers a beautiful paradigm shift onto Kenny Omega. And then the attack continued with the BCC onto Kenny. And they're in the ring with Takeshita. And Takeshia's like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Now he's in between both of these teams. And then the BCC is raising Takeshia's hands up. Like, Takeshia's like, whoa, I'm not with y'all. What the hell? Brian's like, bruh, you are going to join the BCC or get your ass whooped. Takeshita doesn't give an answer, so silence means no. And then Wheeler Yuta gives him a low blow, and they attack him. And then Moxley attacks him with the screwdriver, and it goes downhill from there for Takeshita. He's bleeding in the middle of the ring. BCC leaves there like badasses. Look, I didn't mind that at all. Like, to be honest, they're heels. They're doing a good job at what they're doing. I'm okay with it. I can't wait to see where this storyline goes. It would really be cool for Takeshita to choose BCC, at least for me. That's what I've been hoping for way before the storyline even started. But he's definitely a babyface here. And I'm glad that they're using him. I know there's an English barrier or whatnot, but still, he has so much talent. One of the most talented guys on the roster. So it's great to see them doing something with Takeshita. So I'm happy about that. But I would love to see where this storyline goes. They are definitely putting a lot of thought into this storyline. Thank you, AEW, for not fucking up everything that's going on. I really enjoyed this. The show was great. I like what they did, especially with the ending. Didn't mind it. The main event did lack a little bit of chemistry with Takesha and Kenny, I think. But either way, it was a great show. Can't wait to see what they do next week. I will be back for a review with Rampage. That actually starts at 5:30 Eastern Time. That is way too early for me. Either way, I'll be back with the review. Guys, thanks for watching my review. Bye.